Hi there, long-time viewer, short-time, first-time participant. I'm here to talk about Charles Michael Kittredge Thompson IV, aka Frank Black Francis. His album Teenager of the Year, this being the Japanese version with the bonus second CD with outtakes and tracks that weren't on the main album for the Japanese market. So yeah, Shinjuku, Japan, 1994. I'm at a train station just inside this music store, and they've got one of those CD displays, the listening station. And there's this guy in white overalls with a crown holding red roses, Teenager of the Year. It's like, what? But something about the look in his eyes, like, oh, check it out, you'll like it. It's all right, fine, whatever. It's some dreamy synthy thing. Short intro, boom, the tempo doubles and we're off to the races, and he's singing about the first video game, Pong. And my mind races back to the late 70s, waiting outside a Sears, get inside to try out this new video game, which is a console with a clip on the back of it, the old CRT glass tube TVs where the antenna would go. And you play your brother and you play your friends and no one's home, you play both sides and you get real good. Beep, 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 beep. So anyway, I get where he's going with the song, and I enjoy it, it's fun. So he's got me now, and I'm waiting for it to see what else he got on here. And one of the songs, there's references to the Three Stooges. Most important was Brother Mo. He was the one who made it so. He got into Joe, and another Joe. He would not quit. He would not quit. It's like, yep, okay, all right. Three Stooges. So I'm on the wavelength with this guy. We must be, we're the same age. He's a couple years younger, actually. I had never heard of the Pixies. I'm in Japan teaching English, and I came over in 91, and this was 94 this came out. Yeah, never heard of the Pixies.
Found out later that Kurt Cobain was inspired by their...
Kurt Cobain was inspired by the Pixies. I went over to Japan in September of 91, and Nevermind came out in December. In the malls over there, they play, at least back then, it was a lot of Western music in the malls, and it would just be random music, like, the Carpenters, and then Black Sabbath Paranoid, and then Ohio Players, or Love Roller Coaster, like AM radio in the 70s. Anyway, I'm walking in the mall, and then I mean, come on, it was just like, what the hell is this? And I just stopped in my tracks checking this out from the little round ceiling speakers, and I started tearing up. I'm all, oh man. I mean, if you're into music, you can sense when the seismic changes come, and oh man, this was the new thing. I mean, I loved Van Halen. They're having fun. David Lee Roth had the dopey lyrics, but he had the charisma to pull it off. Eddie had the swagger and the swing and the feel, and everybody else just jumped on the bandwagon, and just, man, it was so time for something new. And that was it. Anyway, back to Frank Black. I see a correlation between the writing style, the lyrics of Frank Black and Kurt Cobain, in that they seem, lyrics-wise, it comes across as whimsical and slapdash and kind of off the cuff, and I see that in both those guys. But you listen, there's a method to the madness, because if you're writing a song and you come up with a cool you have a new approach, and it excites you, so you come up with a new chord progression, and then you get the parts and they start looping it, and they start flowing, and you start getting a feel, a vibe, an atmosphere, a mood, and then the words start, if you're lucky, the words start coming, and they may seem totally unrelated, but you're thinking in that little atmosphere, so they all correlate. You just let it come. You can't analyze it, and then you look back at it later, you go, oh, okay, that's kind of, it kind of pulls in all these references, and it makes sense. So I get that from Frank. His lyrics are awesome. You got to listen a few times to figure out where he's going with it sometimes. But yeah, he's channeling the muse big time, and I love that stuff. So I don't love all his albums equally, but there's always enough gems on them to make it worth having. And freaking awesome. And seeing him at the second SF show for the tour they're doing this year, it was so nice to see Lyle Workman up there, and Drew Feldman, and Vincent and the other guy. Sorry, sir, I can't remember your name. But that was a bucket list because I missed out the first time. So it's awesome they did it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Frank because he's awesome. And thanks for watching.